Hi Scorpio, welcome to Talk Tarot. This is your love reading for Venus moving into Cancer on June the 9th, where it will stay until July the 5th. Your chakra cards are from the Psychic Tarot by John Holland, and the reading cards are from the wonderful Vice Versa Tarot deck. Alright Scorpio, let's just get stuck straight into it. At your base chakra, this would be the seat of your survival. What I'm seeing right away, we have the Four of Swords as your obstacle. You're kind of sleeping on your survival. You're not really paying attention. You're just exhausted. For some of you, you're actually healing from an illness or a condition, and it's leaving you extremely depleted. Whatever it is, it's exhausting you's been about for a long time, because we do have the Temperance card there with its back to us, and the Temperance card actually shows the gallows in this deck of the Hanged Man. So there's a feeling that this energy has been stuck, this feeling of lethargy, apathy, general disinterest, almost a feeling of depression. And you know, Scorpio, that is part of your energy, that you can go into that sort of near death state in a way, where you check out of life and you just feel so And to be honest, whilst I was shuffling your cards, the cards felt so heavy, and I actually feel drained already. The Page of Pentacles on top of Temperance, because Spirit spat out an extra card for you at this point, suggests that there is a new interest in life coming through, and this interest may come in the form of a new hobby, in the form of a new job. I'm thinking a part-time position for some of you. There's something coming in, and it's a small offer. It's a small flicker that just reignites that spark in you, gets you over that lethargy, gets you over that apathy, gets you interested in life again. For some people, that Page of Pentacles coming through will be a young earth sign showing an interest towards you romantically. The energy that's trying to come in is the Tower energy. The Tower energy in reverse is sort of near miss kind of energy. It's missing out on a disaster. For some people, I feel that this is actually that you've been depressed for a long time and you've been having some seriously negative thoughts, but the disaster is going to be averted. You're going to get news that's going to shake you up, wake you up, and that Tower energy is going to be the catalyst for really reigniting your life, which is badly needed for you at the moment, Scorpio. There's a feeling almost that you're clinging on. Do we have the four? No, we don't have the Four of Pentacles there. And yet I still get intuitively, I feel my arms are pained. I feel as if you're holding on to something. These are well known for it. But really, really holding on to this feeling of apathy, tiredness, this feeling of a near miss. It could be that someone's had a near death experience, or that someone has a family member who has been seriously ill, or you're worried about an illness and it's taking away your zest for life. With Temperance being there, I need to moderate this kind of energy, this kind of depressive thoughts, these negative tendencies of yours, and re-engage again with life, even if it's only making small steps. All the way through your card, what I do feel is a feeling of isolation, of keeping things to yourself, of being that deep, dark, mysterious Scorpio that you're known so well for. And there's a need for you to get out your shell a bit. And your sacral chakra, this is the seat of your sexual desires. What we have is the Page of Cups, the Magician, and the High Priestess. I feel here what's blocking you is a young energy. It's maybe an insecurity about your sexual performance. It's a lack of confidence. But there's an aspect of there being a fantasy which you would like to try out, but you haven't expressed to your partner yet, or found the right person to try that out with. But it's there. There's a little glimmer of something, and the best thing to do for you with the Magician energy is manifest that energy, is to express that energy, is to overcome. There's a need for you to engage with your sexual energy, because we do have the Magician moving on to the High Priestess. That's a lovely progression in energy, 1 through to 2. Feeling of union. Could be that you feel as if you and your partner are on different sexual tracks at the moment. Perhaps with you being tired, you're not feeling like performing, because we do have the 2 of Pentacles up there at the heart chakra. I sort of feeling I'm going through the motions rather than truly getting involved, and that's not like my Scorpios, because there's a need to connect to that deep pool of water in that High Priestess energy and that 2 card. You could have an intuition about someone being sexually attracted to you. I think this is more from a single Scorpios. A younger person, a younger water sign, being sexually attracted to you, and you want to manifest that out into the real world and see what that's like. See how that would go. But there's something holding you back. I'm still feeling that restriction. Could be that Scorpio are over-moderating their own desires at the moment. With the solar plexus chakra, we've got the 5 of rods kicking off, the Hermit in reverse, and then the Sun card, which is beautiful energy. First of all, in the obstacles, we've got the 5 of rods. You're so busy focusing on an argument, and this argument's likely have already passed, that you're not seeing a present danger. Look at the way that fire is coming up from that volcano. That explosion is building in the background whilst they're toing and froing. Now this could be an internal conflict. You desire something but you're not sure. Then you desire it, you're vacillating. Again, we've got the 2 of Pentacles energy above, suggesting to me a vacillation, a toing and froing. That lava energy, that explosive energy, I always think of Scorpio as the boiling water of a geyser, or those subtropical vents under the ocean where the water's bubbling up, and it's a fiery water energy that you have, Scorpio, and that could be actually regaining the fire in your soul. That could be regaining that sort of zest for life coming from the catalyst, which will either be the Page of Pentacles or the Tower card. To overcome this feeling of internal conflict, you need to get out your head, because we do have Hermit in reverse. It is a Virgo card. There could be some of you that's brooding over a Virgo, or over an interaction with a Virgo, or a recent argument with a Virgo, very recent, that has left you with all these bubbling emotions under the surface that are just about to explode. There's a suggestion you get away from that energy, to move from that energy, because you're not listening to your own wisdom. This could be the vengeful side of you taking over, Scorpio. If you could move away from that, we've got the Sun coming in. Venus in Cancer is trying to offer you the Sun. It's a return to harmony, a return to innocence. It's forgiveness in many ways. Perhaps forgiving this Virgo person for this recent argument. It doesn't seem to be a serious argument. It's just something that's really niggled you. Could it have been an off-hand comment about a sexual fantasy, about sexual performance? Could it have been a disappointing sexual experience, actually, with a Virgo that's led to this inner conflict? Scorpios are very sexually motivated, very sexually expressive. When you feel a disappointment there, or have a disappointing experience, it does affect you much more profoundly than most of the other signs. You need to return to innocence. You need to start again, try again. Let that Sun energy in. Please let the joy in. For some of you, I would recommend actually getting out in the sun to charge that solar plexus chakra, because those cards are very linked. There's also the presence of a Leo. It could be an argument with a Virgo is actually going to lead to you connecting with a Leo, and again, there's a young energy there. Whatever Scorpio's got going on at the moment is in its infancy, it's in its youthful stage, it's not matured. In your heart chakra, the block to it is the 7 of Cups. That's illusions. That's think we desire things that we do not desire. That's looking at the physical world and not your inner world. Looking at your inner world, something you're really good at, Scorpio. It's as if I'm feeling that you have a desire that's stuck inside that has not manifest, and you need to channel that magician energy from the sacral chakra. There's a lack of newness in your life. That's what I'm feeling. You just don't feel there's any newness. And you're going through the motions with the Two of Pentacles. Do feel that that Two of Pentacles could be someone juggling that player energy. They're juggling an Aries and Leo possibly, or an Aries and Virgo. They either have an interest in these two parties, or there's a Virgo who has been juggling you, and you're waiting on them to make a decision, because you're waiting on yourself to come into that power, that Aries energy, that authoritative place. I'm actually finding your reading quite hard to read in many ways. It's very deep secret here. There's a very deep-seated desire that you're not willing to express at all. For single Scorpio, I do feel that there is someone coming towards you with an offer. We have two pages and a knight. You may actually reject the offer. This could be another water sign. This could be Cancer or Pisces coming towards you with a romantic offer. I do suspect Cancer, and you are just not interested because of this other desire that you've gone on, that you're juggling, this illusion, this fantasy. Scorpio do have a very rich fantasy life. With the Aries in that heart chakra in the third position of what Cancer and Venus and Cancer, is trying to bring in for you. It's trying to bring you back to being in charge of yourself, expressing yourself. You've had a lot of responsibilities that have worn you down. You may not feel like the leader that you normally are, and they're trying to bring that back in for you. It could well be for some of you that this job offer or this hobby is going to turn into something that you're very authoritative at, that you're going to get a lot of recognition for. In your throat chakra, we have the Three of Cups in your obstacles position, the Queen of Pentacles in the central column, and Judgment. Again, that feeling of a call back to life, which I'm delighted to see for you, or renewal. A feeling of security with that Queen of Pentacles there, but you're not asking for what you want. A Scorpio has to ask, perhaps more than one, has to ask for what they want. It's from an earth sign, which would tie in, is Aries earth or fire? Aries is fire. We're getting an Aries, Taurus, sort of like you need to ask for what you desire. Because I think what you desire is them. Or you want a second chance with an Aries or Taurus. But you're not expressing it. In your third eye chakra, we have the Nine of Cups in reverse, the Seven of Wands, and the Knight of Cups. The Nine of Cups in reverse would suggest to me that you're not listening to divine guidance, that you're not listening to your bliss or following the instructions from Spirit or your own intuition on how to achieve your bliss. In fact, with the Seven of Wands there, you're feeling rather defensive. You're feeling defensive against an offer being rejected. Possibly coming from this lack of confidence, this internal conflict that we discussed earlier on. Also feel that someone feels that they're under spiritual attack, that they don't feel the presence of their intuition, that they don't feel the presence of their spiritual guide. And it's a company that they're used to keeping. You're feeling very defensive spiritually. It could be that a recent spiritual teaching or a recent spiritual lesson that you've learned from someone else or that you believe that you have learned has left you feeling defensive towards that connection to intuition. The suggestion with the Knight of Cups there, leaving that scene, would suggest to me that that's a teaching that you could leave behind, that wasn't meant for you if it is taking away something that is comfortable to you and that made you feel spiritually connected, because that loss of connection to your intuition is rare for a Scorpio, one of the most perceptive signs. In your crown chakra, we have the Five of Pentacles. Now, this is actually on the side of someone who has money, who is in a position of some comfort, but it's an emotional despair they're feeling, and that emotional despair is actually separating them from their connection to spirit. On the reverse of that card, you get the more Rider-Waite image of the beggars out on the street in fiscal despair. There's a feeling here that Scorpio's not making the best of their money, then perhaps not offering help where it could be, and it's blocking them from receiving what Spirit's trying to bring in. Because we do have the Four of Pentacles right next to it, which is that holding on to security, holding on to money energy, and that the gentleman's actually turned his back in that card. So there could be a need to give of yourself, of your comfort, to share in a way to someone who's less fortunate, to reconnect you with your own security because you're not feeling secure. Scorpio's in an honestly given sign. Actually, they don't generally hold money in high regard or anything like that. I feel this is more shutting someone out physically. Maybe that's why we're getting this need to manifest down at the sacral chakra. There's a block there. There's a feeling of inadequacy that's blocking you because you're not given pleasure, or you don't feel like you're given pleasure. You're not exploring the potential for pleasure there. Overall in this reading, I just feel as if Scorpio's tired, as if you can't be bothered, you're apathetic, you don't care if anyone's making an offer, you don't care really what's happening because you're too self-involved at the moment. You're too involved in your inner life and in this hurt, which may have came from this earth sign, specifically a Virgo, and you're not seeing the real danger of what it means to disconnect from your desires. Luckily, with the Tower in reverse and the Judgment, we do have that call back to life for Scorpio because you're badly needing it. I know that Scorpio, astrologically speaking, have got a lot going on in their sign at the moment, and we do have Mars going retrograde as well later this month, which can affect Scorpio even though they say your planet's Pluto. I believe it used to be Mars. Excuse me. Wonder if it's that energy you're picking up on that's making you feel so defensive, making you a bit wary of connecting with your intuition and spirit. The only advice I can give for Scorpio is to find their zest for life, because you're just too tired, just too depressed. I don't feel any zest here whatsoever, even when the offers are coming in. There's definitely a need to reconnect with the physical. I need to get out of your emotions a bit, perhaps. Scorpio, I hope that you will reconnect. For my single Scorpios, please get back out there, shine that light, make us all laugh and allow yourself to laugh in the process. You're a great entertainer in many, many ways. And you do need to be resurrected. You need to resurrect that part of yourself that performs in the physical world. For my Scorpios in relationships, there's a need to connect physically. There's a need to connect physically and emotionally and connect both together for you. Scorpio, I truly wish you the love that you deserve, and I hope you find your happiness this month. I'll be back July the 5th to see how Venus moving into Leo's treating you in your love life. And I'll be around June the 13th for the manifestation readings, with that Magician card being there, the Sun and the Tower. I'd suggest that you check those out, see what you could manifest that could bring you back to life. Alright Scorpio, thank you for watching Talk Tarot, and I'll catch you later. Bye.